What's up, everybody? It's your boy Scripted Legend bringing you guys another YouTube video on SHIB. A lot of people are expecting some great things like a level of resistance of 1377 and a support of 1226. That's what some people are expecting. Other people are expecting some reversal action to happen, as we're seeing some trading movements that have a lot of experts thinking, hey, this is the sign of great things. And as far as things that we know of, we also have some news regarding a reserve. But let's get into the video. It's your boy Scripted Legend. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you know when I upload. With all those things being said, let's get into it. So SHIB is at a price point of 401258. That is a 2% drop for the last 24 hours. For the last 7 days, it is literally at zero. It is at 0.81% in gains and hit a high point of 4013. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to work my mouse. 40137. That was the high with a low for the 7-day period of 401231. So again, there's been some strong support and there's been a nice little movement upward for SHIB. As far as the last month is concerned, they are down 20%, hitting a low point in this month on the March 11th. No, March 10th of 401102. All those things being stated, we can go and look at the trading volume and the analysis for the last 24 hours for understanding. There was $141 million in trading volume, and we're going to look at 13 million of that, which is 9% of the trading volume, just to give us some perspective into what's going on, because we can see that we were on like a positive trend as far as inflow is concerned, and right now we're actually seeing a positive, or for the last 5 days we're actually seeing a positive trend, a net positive, because we saw 170, 100, and then 70 billion on tokens multiple days or in the last 5 days, but we're currently seeing net negatives of 139 billion, and then for the last 24 hours specifically, 242 billion is the net negative, and it's leading me to believe that it is a lot of whales that are selling, especially when you look at this negative inflow. This negative inflow is coming from mainly the negative, or from the large sales, and the into the block supports that theory as well, with yesterday 53 transactions occurring of $100,000 greater, or $100,000 or greater, and also on the day prior to that 54 transactions and then 67 transactions. So there's been some whales selling, and those are the true, and it only makes sense because those are the ones selling on gains. The number for out versus in, or paper losses versus paper gains, is still the same since the last time I made a video. 59% are sitting on paper losses, 37% on sitting on paper gains, and the holder count as far as long-term holders is actually gone down a little bit to 76% for a year. 22% of the holders have been holding for 1 to 12 months, and 2% of the holders have been holding for the last month, or have been holding for less than a month. And though that is the case, we are seeing still holder growth as well, with us now having 1.5 or 1,501,559 holders. That is a long number to read. After earlier on in this month, it was on March 7th, it was at 1,496,054 holders. Now, to get into what we were talking about earlier with the reserves, yes, reserves on exchanges for SHIB have dropped to record lows. Crypto quant data shows a fall of 135 trillion in SHIB, in January to 93.5 trillion. A wave of selling by long-term holders and a broader market decline triggered this drop. Meanwhile, large investors continue to accumulate and token burns have surged, with Shiba Inu trading over 80% below the all-time high. Many wonder if the second largest meme coin can recover. I said recover. The all-time high that we are referring to, or this article is referring to, is the all-time high of 407157. Yeah, we're drastically far from that point as of right now. And this article confirms what I was sharing with you guys, that it is right now long-term holders selling, and still large investors still accumulating their bags over time. As we saw, there's been some, we can go over to Binance and see that there are still some medium and small transactions that are in the form of buys, and also some large buys as well. So people are still adding into their bags, especially because we did not see a massive increase in holders for the last 24 hours. We were at 1 million. Prepare for this. We basically saw a growth of 46 holders in the last 24 hours. So it wasn't like, oh, this, like, it was nothing crazy. People were just adding on to their bags, and we saw a slight little holder increase, which is good, and we always want to see that. Now, as far as the last 24 hours are concerned, as far as burn is concerned, we look at SHIB burn, and SHIB burn indicates that for the last 24 hours, we're actually down almost 100%. I did not mean to click that. I apologize, y'all. We're down almost 100%. We're down 99.98% to 2,423. I want to check something. It's like that's so crazy, because if you go back to 10 hours ago, it was 500% increase, and I believe that's what this article is referring to. That 500% increase of 14 million tokens being burnt. But now that drop was so crazy. Let's go down and see when this really started happening. Oh, it happened in like literally the blink of an eye, because from 3 hours ago to 2 hours ago, it went from 14 million to 800,000, and now that 800,000 is down to 2,423 holders, or not holders, burnt tokens for the last 24 hours. And then for the last day, we're down 89.51%, and that's leading us to a total of 59 million tokens burnt for the last 7 days. So some tough numbers there, but we'll see if SHIB can recover. A lot of people do believe that SHIB will recover. Someone points out the fact that they are anticipating a strong bullish movement, because right now SHIB is breaking out of a falling wedge on the 1-day time frame, and that was 11 hours ago. So matter of fact, we can look at let's make sure that we are looking at things properly. 850, that would mean like around here, maybe. I think there is slight movement upward, but I think they were anticipating something greater than what they did see. Yeah, I think they really were. I think they were anticipating something greater than what they did receive, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people were also believing that SHIB was going to do some nice things to end off the day. You see this person saying that there's an incredible high potential with Bone, not SHIB, but with Bone, and other people believe that SHIB will break 2 zeros and are just waiting for that day. For you guys to know when that day comes, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you also know when I uploaded that information. I love you all. Stay safe, stay blessed. Peace.